Action.
Hi guys, I'm Zachary Poloff. I'm the Director of Operations for Klutch Kickers and I manage the $100,000 Drift Series. We're here hanging out in our shop today in Fort Walton Beach, Florida to tell you about the release of our 2009 C6 Corvette and our plans for 2022 to make it a rental car.
I feel I overuse myself, I feel I overdid myself, I feel I overuse my nights, I overdid my nights, yeah. Hit the lights and hit the right, took everything, ain't nothing left, count your blessings, count your steps, at your thing, leave us a mess, down all my drills of this whole news.
Why start a rental program?
I'm starting a rental program for multiple reasons. I think the biggest one being the fact that our shop is really conveniently located close to Emerald Coast Dragway, but it's not conveniently located close to the Freedom Factory, and it never fails. 2 a.m. the night of the event or during the day at the event, somebody's at Holt has blown an engine, transmission, diff, axle, you name it. Somebody's running back to the shop to get parts at midnight or throughout the middle of the day. There was a few instances last year where I was actually going to pull the engine out of my personal comp car just to loan to drivers to come through the event. And instead of doing stuff like that, I just thought it might be convenient to have a car on standby that's going to be super competitive, that somebody could rent for a realistic price. And yeah, it's just another way for us to help drivers in our series by having something on standby if their car breaks.
Why a Corvette?
Because I love them. Other than that, they're just an up-and-coming chassis, and besides having a competition-ready car on standby, the biggest point of this program and the biggest selling point to sponsors and partners thus far has been the fact that we want to put drivers in cars and let them test products that they might not have been able to gain access to before. And the Corvette still has a lot of development coming up behind it. There's a lot of good brands like FDF Fab, Fortunato, and a few other brands that are developing products actively for the Corvette. It gives us a chance to let drivers try something that they might not have access to normally.
What can we expect from the Corvette?
No, but in all seriousness, I'm designing this entire car. I want it to be a top 5. Like, if you want to rent this car and go to the podium, it's on you. So the car is going to be developed in 2 stages. There's basically a pump gas setup where the car will make between 550 and 600 wheel, and then there will be like an 800 plus horsepower setup, which will have some nitrous outlet nitrous to it, ignite red, basically all the crazy madness you could ever want. It's going to be powered by a 12.5-to-1, 418 cubic inch Emerald Coast Performance and Machine built. It's basically an LS type engine. It'll have Fortunato coilovers on all 4 corners. It's got FDF Fab Mega Manus up front and Josiah's new adjustable rear control arms out back, so you will be able to get the maximum amount of grip you could ever get out of a Corvette. It's going to have some beautiful Consite wheels on. If you look in the back, there's one back there. Everything's getting put to the dirt with an action clutch, and we've got a variety of other partners that are going to come on board for cosmetics, grip rolls, and developing a custom steering wheel for the car. But you can basically expect an out-of-the-box Pro 1 or Pro Spec level build. It should be about 800 wheel and should have no problem going to the podium.
How does the rental work?
Basically, the rental will work like when the car gets closer to completion. Somewhere in the February range, we'll post a application on the website, which will also be in my personal Instagram bio. You basically go to the website, fill out the application, select all the desired bits. It'll have packages and options and all kinds of other stuff for you to choose from. The application will go to my email. I'll screen it, give you a call, and we'll talk about it then.
What events can you rent the Corvette for?
So specifically, I'm obviously going to target the Klutch Kickers $100,000 Drift Series just because that's what I designed the car to be a part of and use as a marketing tool for us. I'm also going to have it rentable for all the Holly LS Fest events since I'll be there anyways. It's available for rent for Hyperfest. With the new Pro-Am series coming to Florida that Chris Jackson's running, it's available for rent for that. Is what I'm targeting specifically, but generally speaking, the car's available for rent for anything, test days, whatever. It's a rental car. It's not just specifically a rental comp car. But it is also Pro Spec and Pro 1 legal, so if somebody needed it as an FD car in a pinch, it could work for that.
What's it going to cost?
Pricing for the lowest tier package is still being worked out. It's going to be somewhere in the $2,500 to $3,000 range per event on the low end. And with that, you'll get a full media package from media team Matt and Austin, who are behind the cameras right now. And then it'll go all the way up to, I think $7,000 is the highest tier package that I offer, but that is a true arrive and drive, like full team to run the car for you for the weekend, all the tires you can need, all the fuel you can need, all the nitrous you can need. That is like if you were coming in from a different state or maybe a different country and you wanted to try the series, like You rent the car, you fly in, you don't do anything. Car's transported for you, car's prepped for you. You show up and do practice, qualifying, go to battles, and then at the end of the day, you just go home. So I have all the way from the low end to the high end of the spectrum and everything in between. All the packages are fully customizable. You'll have some like options on the application package, and then we'll just talk about it after that. And that about wraps up our release video for our rental program on our 2009 C6 Corvette. We will be doing a full build series and breakdown on this car over the next 2 or 3 months. Some of them will be filmed personally by me, some of them will be filmed by Matt and Austin, so look forward to all that content coming out. The car is projected to be done late March, early April. So at that point, hopefully we'll do some testing, get some cool content for you guys with that, and you guys can see what the car's capable of. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with me or Matt or Austin, anybody on Instagram, email, Facebook, which I'm sure will be all over the screen somewhere in this area. Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see everybody at round 1.
Perfect. Brilliant, laddie.